A new study suggests a link between ultra-processed foods and an increased risk of dementia in older adults. Researchers found a group of people who reported eating diets high in ultra-processed foods like hot dogs, packaged snacks, had a 58% higher risk of developing dementia later in life. They also had a 46% increased risk of developing cognitive impairment. It's important to note this research is observational, meaning it can't ultimately prove that ultra-processed foods cause dementia and cognitive impairment. But these foods often lead to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and cardiovascular disease, which increases the risk. CBS News medical correspondent Dr. Céline Gounder joins us. She's also the editor-at-large for public health at KFF Health News. So, Dr. Gounder, what is it about these foods that could affect the brain?
So, ultra processed foods break down differently so that your body is absorbing the calories much more quickly than would be normally the case with a whole food. So, think of this as the difference between eating a whole orange with all of the fiber and the pulp versus drinking a glass of filtered without the pulp orange juice. One releases sugar much more slowly, the other hits your system really quickly. And that rapid delivery of calories of glucose, sugar, can hijack the brain's reward system. So it's the same brain circuits involved in addiction. So some additives in these foods also appear to trigger gut inflammation, and we know that inflammation is also one of the key drivers of dementia.
Is there any safe level of ultra-processed foods we can eat?
So even people with moderate intake showed a higher risk of dementia in this study. One of the researchers said there may not be a safe level of consumption of ultra processed foods. Now, again, as you noted during the introduction, this is observational. It's not a clinical trial. So people were not randomized to eating ultra processed food and not. And so you can't prove cause and effect with this study alone. But the pattern is consistent across different studies. And ultra processed foods now make up about 60 to 70% of the average American diet. People who ate the most whole foods had a more than 40% lower risk of dementia. So swapping even some ultra processed foods for real food, whole food, appears to make a difference.
I mean, that pizza looked really good, but that's a story for another day. All right, Dr. Céline Gounder, thank you.